Okay, let me be the first one to say it. Ron Holland needs to be starting for the Detroit Pistons. I know, you guys are all infatuated with shooting and you want, Simone Fontecchio or Tim Hardaway Jr. or Malik Beasley. You just want shooting, 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 shooting because you think you win games by just shooting a bunch of threes, right? And you think that that's going to make everything easier and better and the offense will look great and yeah. Okay, I'm trying to get past the casual observer and I'm trying to get to people who actually understand the game of basketball itself. You actually have to play defense. Guys have to grab rebounds. You actually have to be able to score in transition. You got to be able to do a lot of other things that some of these shooters don't do. But there is someone on this roster who does do a lot of the other things. And his name is Ron Holland. And I want to get into that in this video. But before I do, this video is brought to you by Bridges and Stones Family and Relationship Care. You know, there are times in my life that I look back on and wonder why I didn't reach out for support. I recognized how much I normalized struggling on my own in silence when I didn't have to. If I was an athlete dealing with an injury, I would have sought out a trainer or doctor. If I couldn't figure out a set play, settle teammate disputes, or my role on the team, I would have sought out an assistant coach for support. Well, Bridges and Stones is a place to find a well-trained supportive coach for your life. Don't struggle alone. Contact Bridges and Stones today for a free consultation and get your life back on track. Remember, none of us make it alone. The link is in the description box below. Ron Holland, he was a favorite of mine in this draft. I think I was saying it all last season, and you can check, fact check me, go back to my videos. I was shouting out Ron Holland from early on last season. I said, this young man is the Detroit Pistons pick. This is who they need to be targeted. And people said, nah, we need to go after, Dalton Connect, get some more shooting. We need to, Reed Shepard. Yeah. I was saying, no. Look, you do not draft at the top of any draft and select a guy that you could probably sign in free agency. As good as Dalton Connect is, you can get a Duncan Robinson, right? As good as Reed Shepard looks, right? You can get a more seasoned Fred VanVleet. You can get there's other guys who can do what they do. But when you're drafting at the top of the draft, you go after someone who has certain intangibles and tools that don't nobody else have. Or there's only a select few who have it. You go for the rare find of a prospect. And that's what the Detroit Pistons did. They grabbed a rare find. Ron Holland is one of those players who has the ability to impact the game to an immense degree in various ways. And if we've learned nothing from last season, we have learned that you start the talent. You start the talent. Don't pull a Monty Williams fans out there. Come on now. Don't sit your talent. Don't put Jaden Ivey back on the bench. Don't put Ausar Thompson back on the bench. Ron Holland was drafted at the top of this draft. Do not bury him on the bench because you want to see guys who shoot threes and do nothing else. The first thing that I think about is who else is more worthy of these minutes? Who else are you really trying to acclimate to this starting roster, to this starting unit, to this core unit? Who is more important to ensure that he can gain some chemistry and continuity with the guys who are going to be here for the next probably at least 5 to 6 seasons? Right? Simone Fontecchio may be here for the next couple seasons, right? He's under contract. Malik Beasley's probably gone. Tim Hardaway Jr. is probably gone. Most of these guys are not sticking around. Who else is more deserving? You just drafted this young man. He's already showing you all the things you want to see. Why would you stick him back on the bench? The other thing that I want to point out is Ron Holland, what he presents is much of what Ausar Thompson did last season. That was really, it caught a lot of people off guard. They didn't realize how fantastic he was going to be of a perimeter defender. Not just a perimeter defender, an interior defender, an all-around, all-world defender. His ability to have a high motor, a physicality to him, extreme athleticism, great size, timing, and a tenacity, and a motor to just keep coming. He was able to be absolutely dominant on defense. Unfortunately, Ausar Thompson is dealing with blood clots, and we all know that. So we're sending prayers up to him and his family. But at the same time, we still need that on this team. It's still needed. And Ron Holland has already shown you he can bring a whole lot of that. Does he bring it in the same way? No. Is he defending the rim in the same way? No. Is he going to rebound the same way? Probably not. But can he move his feet laterally? Can he use his 6'7", 6'8" frame, his long wingspan, his low center of gravity, his high motor, his physical NBA-ready body to defend athletic perimeter offensive players right now? Hell yes. Hell yes. I mean, think about it. We still got to see Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, right? We still got to see the Kawhi. Well, Kawhi is probably not going to be around. But, the Paul Georges, when he gets back, the Chris Middletons. We're still going to have to see the Jimmy Butlers. We're still going to have to see the guys on the perimeter who can get to the rack and shoot threes. And if you stick some 6'5" Tim Hardaway on him, or some slow-footed Simone Fontecchio, I mean, he's not too slow-footed, but defensively, let's be real, he's not keeping anybody in front of him. If that's who you want to stick on those guys are going to absolutely feast on the Detroit Pistons. Those guys are going to drop 40 balls, 50 balls, and it's not going to matter how much shooting you have. You're not going to keep pace. Now, the other thing that I like about Ron Holland is that he completely fits Detroit basketball through and through. He's tough. He's blue collar. He's competitive. He's defensive minded. He's everything that the Pistons are known for. When they win, that's how they play. And if you listen to JB Bickerstaff, if you listen to the front office, they consistently say they're trying to bring back Detroit basketball. They want the type of basketball that fans love to come and see. Who exemplifies that more than Ron Holland on this roster right now? Now, I said Ausar Thompson does as well, but he's injured. He's not able to play. Who else is doing that? Jaden Ivey, he gives you a little bit of that, but he's still coming around to the defense. I think he's going to be fine, but he's just getting there. Is it going to be Duren? Is it going to be Tobias Harris? Is it going to be Cade Cunningham? Come on now. Those guys are not diving on loose balls. Those guys are not going to be out there giving hard-nosed defense time in and time out. The season's going to start, and they are going to wane and taper, and they're going to sink back into who they've always been, maybe at best solid defenders. You need somebody who can be that elite defender, somebody who can give you that tenacity every single night to invigorate this roster, and most importantly, invigorate this starting unit. Because the starting unit is the one that's going to be here. And they're the ones that you want to make sure that you imprint a culture upon, so guys know what the standard is when they come to Detroit. And that's why Ron Holland needs to start. Look, as much as I love the shooting that these other guys have brought, I would still rather see what Ron Holland has. I mean, let's be honest. We're not competing for the play-in. We're not competing for the playoffs. So if we're going to be playing games, why not go with the guys that you're actually invested in for the future? And on top of that, give this brother a chance to make the all-rookie team. I mean, damn. It sucks when you have a talented young player you just drafted and they don't even sniff the rookie team, first or second team. Let's make sure we give him a shot. Let him start. Let him stick to his strengths. Let him play D and rebound and get out in transition and dunk on somebody. Maybe attack a couple straight line drives and dunk on somebody, or have a nice finish around the rim. Shoot, he even showed he could knock down a nice three with a nice shooting stroke. Who knows? Who knows? He may end up being everything that we thought he was a lot sooner than some of y'all think he can be. But as always, I want to know what you all think. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. And definitely drop this video in your group chats and get at me in the comment section. I'm going to get at y'all there. Peace.